Lately, there has been a frequent appearance of a young man named Cameron Herrin on various social media platforms. The videos often show Cameron in a sharp suit attending court hearings, warmly embracing his mother. The videos are usually accompanied by melancholic background music and captions like "Seeking Justice" or "In Love with Cameron." Uninformed netizens might be puzzled, wondering what hardship this man has endured. With a well-crafted image and carefully curated atmosphere, he has garnered many fans and support. However, the reality is that Cameron is not a victim. He is a criminal responsible for the death of a mother and her daughter. After his court appearance, the footage was publicized, seeking to leverage his good looks for a substantial fan following and even a support group. His content on TikTok amassed over 1 billion views in just a few days. Thousands of people even signed a petition demanding his exoneration. Cameron Herrin was born into an affluent family, with both parents serving as CEOs of a local, well-known enterprise. The family resided in a wealthy community in Florida. On May 21, 2018, Cameron graduated from Catholic high school, and as a gift, his parents gave him a black Ford Mustang. However, just 2 days after graduation, his foolish action will alter his life permanently and bring destruction to a family. On the morning of May 23, 2018, 18-year-old Cameron, along with 20-year-old Tristan Herlin and 17-year-old John Borino, gathered to drive together to the gym. Cameron was driving his black Ford Mustang, while John was driving a Nissan carrying Tristan. The three friends with 2 cars hit the road. Unable to suppress their inner restlessness, they began engaging in illegal street racing, speeding through the city streets. Eventually, they arrived at Bayshore Boulevard. Simultaneously, 24-year-old Jessica was finishing her coastal walk, pushing a stroller with her 21-month-old daughter, Lillia, sleeping inside. Jessica pressed the crossing button, and the signal turned red. While crossing the road, just in a short distance, tragedy struck, and neither of them made it to the other side. The speed limit on this road is 40 miles per hour, approximately 65 kilometers per hour. At 9:18 a.m., the time Jessica was crossing the road, Cameron and another vehicle was traveling at speeds exceeding 160 kilometers per hour, disregarding the signal lights at the intersection. The Nissan sedan ahead noticed the mother and daughter and promptly swerved to avoid them. However, Cameron, following closely, had insufficient reaction time and collided with the innocent pair. This resulted in the immediate death of the 24-year-old Jessica and severe deformation to the baby stroller. Jessica and her daughter Lillia were urgently taken to the local hospital. All 3 individuals got out of the car and remained at the scene until the arrival of the police. According to passerbys, the faces of 3 young individuals were filled with anxiety and tension. Despite various life-saving measures in the ER, Lillia did not survive. Jessica's husband, David, lost his dearest family members all in one day. The family, once happy and complete that morning, reunited under tragic circumstances in the morgue. Jessica had married David in 2016 after graduating from college. David had just completed his flight certification and was preparing to work at a flight school. The birth of their daughter filled them with joy and aspiration for the future. On the day of the incident, David was out alone purchasing household items and had called Jessica on his way home. Jessica, with her daughter, was on her way back. However, when David arrived home, he did not find the mother and the daughter. The unsettling scene he witnessed on his way back made him fearful that it could have been his family. Unfortunately, the incident at the intersection was exactly what he feared. A complete family was shattered by this tragic accident, an event that should have never occurred. Fate, with its unjust twists, brought them into contact with Cameron and his reckless group at that very specific moment. Tristan, as a passenger without driving, faced no penalties. The other 2, lacking surveillance at the intersection, were initially released on bail, as the incident was thought to be a simple traffic accident. However, they were rearrested at the end of the month when the police discovered through electronic data from the Mustang that both were driving at excessive speeds. They faced charges of illegal street racing, reckless driving, and vehicular manslaughter. In June 2018, due to John Borino being a minor and not the direct perpetrator, his lawyer initially pleaded not guilty. His family posted a $50,000 bonds to secure his release. However, in December 2020, the lawyer changed strategy and John pleaded guilty in the court, receiving a sentence of 6 years in state prison with 15 years probation. Consequently, John was released on probation, had his driving license revoked for 5 years, and was required to complete 200 hours of community service. Turning to Cameron, in April 2021, the legal proceedings against him entered the trial phase. In court, David, who lost his wife and daughter, tearfully recounted his experiences and praised his late wife's kindness. They never even got the chance to see Lillia grow up, as their family was abruptly torn apart. "I summoned a lifetime of courage to step into that cold room," David said. "When I saw the injuries you caused them, there are no words to describe my feelings at that moment." In this brief statement, David broke down multiple times, unable to continue speaking. He emphasized that this was not a simple traffic accident, expressing the enduring pain for the victims' families. Cameron's relatives argued, the impact goes beyond just one family. Our family has also been destroyed. 204 Cameron's top-notch defense team, they claim to have sold their house. Examining the lawyer's defense arguments, they asserted that an 18-year-old's brain is not fully developed, and Cameron was immature at the time. They argued that the accident resulting from a momentary passion for street racing should not be judged by adult standards and should not be classified as a criminal case. They emphasized that Cameron had never intentionally harmed anyone and was inherently kind, incapable of intentionally killing a mother and a daughter. They pleaded leniency from the court. Despite Cameron being 18 at the time of the incident, the state prosecutor insisted on punishing him according to adult standards. Cameron received a harsh sentence as a repeat offender in street racing. In high school, he had been intercepted by police multiple times for street racing, but the consequences were not severe, leading to only mild punishments. Clearly, these encounters did not teach him a lesson. Furthermore, the car's records revealed that, since this car came into his possession, there has been serious illegal street racing almost every day, with speeds consistently exceeding 160 km per hour. Due to his repeated indulgence, this ultimately led to the innocent death of 2 young victims. In the end, he was sentenced to 24 years for vehicular manslaughter and illegal street racing. Throughout the entire trial, his expression remained calm, as if lacking empathy or untouched by the complexities of human life. He seemed detached, like an outsider. When Davis sobbed in court, and when he saw photos of the 21-month-old Lillia, he remained composed. However, when the verdict was announced, he was visibly shocked, wide-eyed, displaying a sense of disbelief. It's not hard to imagine that behind his mask, his mouth was similarly agape. This expression reoccurred often in the latter part of the trial. Nevertheless, with the charges established, he hugged his mother tightly. Originally, it was thought that the incident would come to a close. However, the case's trial and results, once made public on the internet, caused a significant stir. A wave of netizens initiated a seeking justice movement. Not in support of the victims, but that, after Cameron's information was uploaded, he unexpectedly went viral, gaining numerous fans on social media platforms such as TikTok. And the case created a tremendous sensation. Within days, videos about him surpassed 1 billion views, and his social media followers increased significantly. Many who were extremely obsessed with Cameron even formed a fan support group, becoming Herrin fans. Let's take a look at what these fans are saying. He's so handsome. Mama, I'm in love. Falling for a criminal. We can see sadness in his eyes. Give him a chance. He's just a kid. 24 years is too severe for him. Depriving a young person of their future. Does that really solve the problem? We could all have accidents while driving. It's just that we were lucky to hit a tree. And he hit that mother and daughter. Try to understand. He's just a young person. We should handle this issue with more rationality. The surviving father can start his life anew. He'll have other children and a wife, but what about this boy? How will he rebuild his life? Everything will be okay, Cameron. There are many more similar comments, primarily posted on Twitter and TikTok. The comments come from people all over the world. Some posts even include hashtags and mention related to US President Biden, stating that Cameron is just a youth who made a mistake, and a 24-year sentence for a mistake is excessively harsh. They express sympathy for the little brother, as if they have already forgiven him on behalf of the victims. Often accompanied by various background music. The recurring material includes Cameron's everyday photos and his embracing his family members in court. The music sets the atmosphere, creating a dramatic effect. For someone unaware of the full story, it might appear as if this young boy is the actual victim. One particularly popular video garnered over 1.3 million likes, featuring the song We Don't Talk Anymore. The top comment reads, "I know he did something wrong, but everyone deserves a second chance." This top comment received a staggering 28,000 likes. The next comment is from the original singer of the song, Charlie Puth, saying, "Don't use my music for this nonsense." Later, this comment was re-highlighted and the comment section regained some sense of rationality. However, it couldn't halt the surge of Cameron's supporters during this period. Like mushrooms after the rain, Cameron's supporters started emerging from unseen corners of the internet, gradually forming a landscape. In the United States, on a petition website, posts advocating for Cameron's innocence have gathered 18,000 signatures. The persistence in seeking justice for Cameron continues, with the number of signatures steadily increasing. Clearly, these individuals have misapplied a savior mentality. What could be the reason behind this? It's evident that most of them are swayed by Cameron's appearance, and they have romantically idealized this criminal before them. They lack a comprehensive understanding of the entire incident and focus on a few aspects. The accident, a handsome boy, and a severe punishment. This leads to a preconceived stance where they see a kind boy unfairly treated. However, their perception of kindness is solely based on these visual materials, affirming the notion that good looks equal justice. Subconsciously, they have placed a halo around him, making him the protagonist in their narrative. The facts of the crime become irrelevant, and the authority of justice becomes unimportant. The importance of the victimized mother and daughter diminishes. Consequently, we witness these utterly thoughtless remarks from an outsider's perspective. This behavior appears extremely selfish, especially regarding the backlash of public opinion they have stirred against the victims' families. Undoubtedly, this is another form of harm inflicted on those who have already lost their loved ones. Naturally, this incident has sparked a storm of controversy on the internet. Luckily, the majority of people remain rational. Although these few individuals have the freedom to express their opinions, their thoughtless comments will likely dissipate with time. Looking at recent history of crime, such incidents are not uncommon. A simple internet search reveals numerous instances where criminals receive encouragement and expression of love while in prison. Many criminals even marry civilians while incarcerated, and some do not possess exceptional look. Or worse, they're heinous serial killers. A basic analysis reveals that as criminals receive significant exposure from news, their physical appearance, life experience, etc. become subjects of exploration. However, we know that assessing an event or a person requires multiple perspectives. Amid the multitude of observing eyes, some individuals inevitably engage in self-projection due to different factors. This can include sympathizing with criminals' tragic experiences, appreciating their charisma and looks, or genuinely liking their personalities. After placing themselves in criminals' shoes, the action of criminals become justified in their consciousness, easily excusing their misdeeds in their value system, leading to continuous letter writing, expressions of goodwill, or even declaration of love to the criminals. However, we cannot rule out that some criminals indeed have unique circumstances that warrant sympathy. However, in our modern era, the convenience of internet results in greater exposure for criminals, leading to a variety of opinions. There's no need to worry about these minority opinions becoming mainstream. In the realm of right and wrong concerning crime, the vast majority of human perspectives remain intact. Some individuals may lack maturity and require a process of understanding, while others might lack empathy for the victims, a more serious issue from the perspective of criminal psychology. Criminals dare to commit crimes for various reasons, and one crucial factor is their lack of empathy. They disregard the harm inflicted on victims and prioritize fulfilling their own desires. Therefore, those who plead for criminals, attempt to whitewash their actions, or blindly support them should reconsider their own perspectives. Their subtle perspectives might become an unsettling factor in others' personal developments as well, such as their children. In any jurisdiction, adherence to the law is paramount. The magnitude of your influence, the size of your fan base, or your exceptional looks should not compromise justice. If you have chosen a certain path, be prepared to bear all consequences. In summary, actions have consequences. Turning our attention to the aftermath of this incident, the court provided a month for Cameron's side to submit new materials if they intend to appeal. However, they took no action, indicating little hope for a successful appeal. On May 26, 2021, many people held a memorial event on Bayshore Boulevard, the site of the incident. The speed limit on this road was subsequently reduced from 40 to 35 miles per hour. With the support of relevant institutions, a dedicated charity fund was established, raising nearly $40,000 to assist those affected by the accidents. All these measures serve one purpose: to ensure that such tragedies do not occur again.